Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is now Wednesday, which means you in the building. Another episode, Eagles Elite Podcast, your Super Bowl champions. I took the Super Bowl thing down because now we're about to hit the regular season. It's all about the team now. We ain't worried about what happened last year. We are, but we not. You know what I'm saying. Y'all feel me. You know how it is around Philadelphia. It's your boy Cool McCain in the building. I am joined on this side. Key finally back in the building. She ran away from us for a while, but she came back. And as always, Eagles Diva. What up, y'all?
What it do?
Yo.
So y'all know how I go. You know what I'm saying? We pretty much out of the off season now, so we're gonna be talking about the roster, of course. Top 100. We got a couple of players in this next little batch. I think we have some feelings on that. We'll talk about any specific players we think the Eagles are gonna add. Any surprise cuts. And of course, we got a game to review.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl versus.
I came back at the right time.
So yeah, we're gonna have a little fun tonight, y'all, like we do every week around this piece. So to get things right, to get us in that right mindset, to make sure that we are amplified to the maximum, we got to get that intro popping. So let's get it.
The kick is away, and the kick it's good! And the Eagles win!
It's hard to come to South Philadelphia and leave here with the win. You just don't come to Philadelphia and leave here with the win.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
All right, y'all. It's time to get into it, but let's start in the building. Our man Benny Boom. Benny Boom.
Of course, I got the Benny Boom exclusive. You already know.
Yeah, I got me one too. I love it. Benny says, "What's popping? We're just a week away from the season opener. Literally a week away from the season opener. A week and a day. Can't wait. Cause those fans of that team in Arlington been talking. I don't understand why they talking, but they talking.
They don't need to be talking, but they delusional behind owner.
It is all good. We gonna talk about that. It's all good. Y'all need something to motivate y'all. Y'all need something to get y'all through. I ain't even gonna hold you, but I am gonna let you know. After that game, when y'all disappear like roaches when the light come on, stay disappeared. All right, so we're going to go ahead and set it off, y'all. We're going to hit y'all with some Eagles updates. Key Diva. Y'all got any updates for the people? Of course, we're going to go over the roster and all that later, but y'all got any other updates for the people?
Can you go ahead? You ain't been here in a few weeks.
All right, well, sweet. I've been paying attention a little bit since I ain't got to deal with the Rugrats no more until the winter time. So it looks like we waived Tristan McCullum, and we got another center. You know how he all loves about the trenches and having depth on the offensive line, since we are the best offensive line in football. He was it Willie Lemkin, I believe, from East Carolina, and then some other moves I think happened. I remember that. I think that was the only one that happened today. But I know Howie's been on a mission with trades and everything. So that's what happened today.
Diva?
So your boy Leonard Dickinson was in full pads today. We thought that he would be out till a little after probably like game 2. But evidently he's going to be able to start. So that's good news, which it was just a minor procedure on his meniscus, so it wasn't nothing too big. But Landon is a different breed. Like, I mean, my boy get hurt and then he come right back in like it ain't nothing. And then also there's word that N'Kobe Dean should be back week 5.
They ain't getting back together.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Yeah, we're starting to come out here. So we have been building the practice squad. I'm gonna wait until we fully build it, so we should have everybody that's on there by next show, and then we'll just go over and talk about all the people that are on the practice squad. So far, we got a couple of familiar faces, but like I said, we'll just talk about everybody once they, get it finalized and get everybody who's going to be a part of it. Just so y'all are well aware, those that are watching, the practice squad has been changed now. Now it's like we expected it to, well, like it's been since 2020. So what happened during COVID? Obviously, they opened it up, allowed you to have more people on the practice squad. And then also you can have veterans on your practice squad, where before it just had to be younger players. So that's kind of solidified itself. We do have a few people still on the reserve list. So the Kobe Dean, of course, is one of those. Diva talked about him being back soon. Also on our offensive tackle, Miles Hinton, as well as Johnny Wilson, our wide receiver, who's kind of playing well, but unfortunately, things didn't go good. He got injured, so he's not going to be with us, unfortunately, this season. But, hey, it gives an opportunity for someone else, and we'll talk about that once we get to the depth chart and who actually did not get cut, because there's one name I'm very happy about seeing, and I'm glad that that he made the team. More than one, but one in particular we'll talk about early. All right, so let's get a move on here. So got some comments here. We're gonna slide through those, and then we'll move on. So Benny Boom says, "I'll wave to y'all from the link next week." We appreciate that, Benny. Jerk. E Money Bentley in the building. E Money says, "Go Birds, go Birds." E Money.
Go Birds.
Benny also says, Landon is one of those tough North Carolina breeds from Hickory.
That's true.
Yeah, those country boys don't play now. They tip over cows in the summer when they're 10. And he says Dean will be back week 5. Yeah, he was saying that he should be back by then. Because he's gonna have to miss at least the first 4 games just because of his designation, the pup designation. So he's got to at least be out for 4 games. So the earliest he can be back definitely is week 5. Let's go home here. And I'm trying to remember what we were supposed to be talking about next, y'all. I got so excited pre-show, got so hyped because I did another show earlier. Now I don't know. Forgot. I'm gonna remember in a minute though. It'll be all right. All right, so we can go one of 2 ways. We can either do our 53-man roster, or you know what? Let's go to the top 100 first. Let's review those top 100 players, and then we'll go to the depth chart. Yeah, let's swing it that way today. All right. So no more off-season discussions because now pretty much in the season. But we're gonna start with number 26. That would be where we left off at last week. And there's a name that we're gonna like there at 26. But before we do that, came up with something for y'all, just in case you've missed a couple of weeks, because it's been off season. Sometime in the off season, y'all don't be following as heavy as y'all do during the regular season. So I came up with a little something to kind of catch y'all up. So there you can see all the Eagles players that have been in the top 100 so far. A little bit of a spoiler, but it'll be all right. All right, so at number 26. No, sorry. At number 24. That's where we're starting there, my bad. Brock Bowers, Las Vegas Raiders tight end. Played all 17 games last year, 112 receptions, 1,194 receiving yards, 10.7 yards per reception, 5 receiving touchdowns. Of course, he was a rookie, so this is his first year on the list. It's pretty impressive to jump onto the top 100, number 24. But when you're in Vegas, there are definitely opportunities. You ladies, have any thoughts on Brock Bowers?
Brock Bowers is that guy. He was that work in Georgia, so I'm not surprised he's turning it on a professional level. So, and yeah, he'll probably have the same amount of numbers again. He might have over 1,000 again. Now that they got some, a quarterback to actually throw it to him. But no, I like Brock Bowers though. Been following him in college, so he's solid QB. He might be on some of my fantasy teams.
Yeah, I mean he has been clutch, so he deserves it.
At number 23, another Eagle. Offensive tackle Lane Johnson, our right tackle. Played in 15 games in the regular season last year, 937 snaps, 10 QB pressures allowed, 0 sacks allowed per Pro Football Focus. That's the type of dude you want. He's up 5 spots. I mean, he's up 18 spots from last year. He's number 23 this year. Devo, go to you first on Lane Johnson. Your thoughts on Lane Johnson?
Listen, man, Lane Johnson will always be a legend. I'm sure his jersey will be retired with Philadelphia. But, I mean, Lane Johnson has been a beast. Has always been clutch when we needed him. And, I mean, you got to think about it. He was with Brandon Graham, Fletch, Kelsey. So, just a team of champs, go-getters, and hard workers. And that's what we used to in Philly. And, yeah, I mean, Lane Johnson deserved that all day.
Any thoughts, Keith?
Lane is gonna, he's another first ballot Hall of Famer once he's said and done. I know he said he wants to go a couple more years. If we don't repeat, but Lane, he's a legend. Whenever you say you don't allow no sacks, you definitely want this man on the team. And he's been a team player as well. It's sometimes where he restructured his deal just to make sure other guys get their money so the core can stay together. I don't know what more in a guy you want in Lane Johnson. But, yeah, Lane Johnson.
Fair enough. All right, on number 22, we got Max Crosby, the defensive end from the Vegas Raiders. Played in 12 games, 45 tackles, 17 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks, 20 quarterback hurries. Did have a season-ending ankle injury, so he dropped 12 spots, but still got on the top 100 for a straight year. Not really much else to say about him. Any thoughts, Key or Diva?
Still solid piece on that D line for the Raiders. So Max Crosby's that guy too, and he just got paid too. All his money, he's worth every penny.
He's been probably the most solid player on that Raiders defense in the last couple years. So, I mean, yeah, he would have been higher if he didn't get that injury. I do believe.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. All right, and then number 21, Washington Commanders QB, Jaden Daniels. 17 games played, 69% completion, 3,568 passing yards, 7.4 yards per attempt. He had 25 passing touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 891 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, and 5 fumbles. Diva, we'll start with you. Any thoughts on Jaden Daniels?
I think he's too high, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, he had a good rookie year, but I still think that's a little too high for him. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a little too high. I don't even think CJ Stroud, when he had his first rookie year, I don't even think he was that high, or even he was in the top 100. So, Keith?
I don't know. I'm not knocking him for being 21. It could be a little high, maybe. He came in, took that Commanders team to the NFC Championship. Who would have thought of that? But Got to see what he does this year. It's going to be tape on him now, so now teams are going to know what to do. But yeah, Daniels is. I mean, he's pretty. I'm not hating on him at all. But I'm just saying, 21 already as a rookie. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree. All right. And things going to get juicy here in a couple of picks, y'all. So make sure y'all are ready. All right, number 20. We have, hold on now. All right, now, computer, we ain't doing it today. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Detroit Lions wide receiver. He's up 3 spots. He played in 17 games. He had 115 receptions, 1,263 receiving yards, 11 yards per reception, and he had 12 touchdowns. Key, any thoughts on Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Nope, one of the leading receivers on that Lions team. Great route runner, slot guy, got hands. So I'm not surprised he's in the top 20.
Anything you want to add, Diva?
I mean, yeah, I think he was probably the only one on that side of the ball to really stay healthy that whole year because they had a mess load of injuries, and so he was able to stay healthy and play in some big games for them. So, yeah.
I dig it. All right, so this is where things are going to get a little, I believe, fun. Yeah, maybe I don't know. At number 19, down 4 spots from last year, your Super Bowl MVP, one Jalen Hurts, played in 15 games, 68.7 completion percentage, 2,903 passing yards, 8 yards per attempt, 18 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 630 rushing yards, 14 rushing touchdowns, 9 fumbles. And the one thing I'm going to say before y'all go, and I'm going to have one thing to add, even if y'all don't talk about it, is he had a better year now than he did last year when they ranked him 15. Just wow. But Diva, let's start with you. With your thoughts on Jalen Hurts, number 19.
The disrespect is wild for me because not only was he number 15 in 2024, 2023, he was number 3. And I think his stats were better this year, which I'd have to go check, than 2023 when we actually lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. But then you win a Super Bowl by a large margin and have a really good year and you're number 19 and the MVP? It's not making sense to me. Jalen should have been in the top 10. Real talk. Somebody make that make sense for me. How do you drop that many spots? You went from number 3 and number 15, now you're number 19, and you won a Super Bowl and an MVP.
Key?
I called it. I said Jalen was going to be in the top 20. I wasn't expecting him to be 19. Now, if you're not going to put him in the top 10, you can at least put him in the middle of the pack. 15, I'll take 15, but 19, and then there's a quarterback in front of him that I don't appreciate is at number 15. I'm just like, how? Again, what does this man have to do? Is it because he gets crucified and penalized? We got the best GM in the world that puts players around him for him to to succeed. Is that why we're getting scrutinized? He's getting scrutinized because he doesn't have to have sexy numbers, 4,000 yards, 99 touchdowns. Is that why he wins games wherever he does? Y'all said he couldn't throw. He threw. We didn't run that much. AJ got the ball twice, 2 tutties. Y'all said he couldn't throw. He proved he could throw because y'all shut down. KC shut down Saquon. He had to throw. The man does it all. What more do you want him to do? What more do you want him to do? Then he throws a lot. Then he's gonna be crucified again. Oh, we're not running enough. Damn if we do. Damn if we don't. So what now does that do? Go out and win another one? The more you want this man to do.
And I believe he had less interceptions this year than he had in 2024. So I'm just I'm baffled.
So I'm gonna take a different route. I agree with everything y'all said, but I'm gonna take a different route. Here's how I'm gonna look at this specific situation. Y'all want to not give Jalen Hurts any love. Y'all want to not, not even allow him to maintain the same position, but you want to drop him. And this is all players that's voting. This is not the media. This is players. So I appreciate you. Because I understand one thing about QB1. He see all this, right? He don't get on TV and talk about it. He ain't going to bring it up, but he see all this. So when he might have that moment of, where he might not be as motivated, I'm sure he's going to take a picture of this. They say 18 players in the NFL was better than me. 18 players, and I'm the Super Bowl MVP. All right. Motivation. It's so all off season. I've been, hey, why y'all disrespect Jalen Hurts? I'm gonna flip it for the season. Y'all are doing everything that you can as media, as fans of other teams, and all that, as casual sports fans, to motivate my quarterback to be even better than he was last year. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to the players who voted on this. I want to say thank you to everybody who continues to leave them out of their top 10 quarterbacks and push them down lists and rankings, because all you're doing is adding more motivation to a Super Bowl MVP. That's dangerous, and y'all are doing it for us. So, hey, I appreciate you, honestly. I ain't mad no more. I appreciate you. Keep on. Carry on. Keep hating. When he play your team, and when he's back in the Super Bowl again, getting MVP again, you probably still down next year. But that's okay. The success matters more than where somebody rank you. And y'all helping them have motivation for more success. Good luck. Number 18, Derek Stingley Jr., Houston Texans cornerback. He played in 17 games, 54 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 18 passes defended, 5 interceptions. Key, any thoughts on Derek Stingley Jr.?
Stingley, besides our own defense, I like Texas's defense. Of course, you got CJ down there, but Derek Stingley and those guys, Will Anderson, they got Danielle Hunter back. Texas defense is good. D'Amico Ryans running the defense down there. Derek Stingley's that guy. LSU. So yeah, he's good at 18. I don't have no issues with that.
I mean, listen, if you got D'Amico Ryans as your quarterback, as your head coach, your defense better be tip top. Okay. D'Amico Ryans, in case y'all don't know, was, in my opinion, one of the greatest Eagles. Why we let him go, I don't know. D'Amico was a hard hitter. He was a team player. And when he hit you, you felt it. So you can't have a coach like that and a player that he used to be and not be even one of the top players in the top 100. So, I see why. Very defensive mind. Very good one.
All right, number 17, we got Dexter Lawrence, the New York Giants defensive tackle. He's up 7 spots from last year. Forgot to mention that let's see. Oh, yeah, Stingley was not rated last year, so he went from not rated to 18. Lawrence had 12 games played, 44 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 9 sacks, and a forced fumble. Diva, any thoughts on Dexter Lawrence?
No shade here, but when your team stink like the Giants and y'all's defense is boo-boo, somebody got shine somewhere. So, yeah, I'm just stating facts. You know what I'm saying? Defense is garbage. So yeah, he did his thing. What he had was that horrible.
Key?
Sexy Dexy. He was that main. That's what they call him. They're like, don't call me. Don't get mad at me. That's what they call him. But anyway, he was that guy. He was the piece.
No did he?
He was the piece on that Giants front. But Giants defensive line may be okay this year. I'm not saying that they're going to be elite, but they did a little bit upgrading. But he's the main guy on that defensive line. So gotta respect Dexter Lawrence.
Number 16, we got San Francisco 49ers linebacker Fred Warner. Played in all 17 games, 131 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown, and 4 forced fumbles. Key, go back to you. Thoughts on Fred Warner?
Oh, again, San Fran's always had a good defense. Now that they got Robert Saleh back, over there on the defensive end, the defensive side for them, Fred Warner's always been a solid linebacker. So he's always in the top 20, if top 20, almost top 10 range. So I have no issues with Fred Warner being there.
Listen, Fred Warner is an OG. I think even though 49ers usually have a good defense, but last year really wasn't that good. I mean, the whole team really wasn't that good last year, plus the injuries they had. But Fred Warner has always been a solid piece for them. So he's an OG and is very solid. So I'm not surprised he's up there.
All right, and then mentioned number 15 a few minutes ago. So we'll go ahead and let you drop that on. Number 15, Jared Goff, Detroit Lions quarterback. He played in all 17 games. He had 72.4% completion percentage. He threw for 4,629 passing yards, 8.6 yards per attempt, 37 passing touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 56 rushing yards, and 6 fumbles. Diva, your thoughts on Jared?
I think Jared Goff deserves to be on top 100. But number 15, hell to the no. Hell to the no. I'm sorry. Listen, I think it's because of the success that Detroit had last year. I don't solely think that was because of Jared Goff. Because we got to remember Jared Goff's prior teams and in his past, he's not that good of a quarterback. He's okay, but he's not really that good of a quarterback, in my opinion. And so to be number 15 is mind-boggling. Okay.
We could flip-flop Hurts in Jared Goff. Sorry for the noise. Somehow they diverted traffic down my street because something's blocked off at the other end. So we getting everything, the bus, everything. Anyway, so you could have flip-flopped Jared Goff and Jalen Hurts. Like I said, if you're not going to put Jalen in the top 10, put him in the middle of the pack at 15. Jared Goff at 19. How is Jared Goff better than Jalen Hurts? This is where the players vote. The players vote for top 20, and everything else is the networks and anything else. So the players voted.
The players voted for everybody. It's all the players.
I heard it's a mixture from what I heard.
They say this is all players voting.
Yeah, I think they just, if I'm not mistaken, they only do the top 20. Because remember, CJ was like, I don't remember voting for some of these players. He said, I don't remember voting for them.
Well, you got to remember, everybody doesn't have to vote though for players. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's the combined. But go ahead, I'll look it up. We'll find out.
Yeah, like I said, I've been hearing things. I've been hearing it's half players, half whatever. But to have Jared Goff over Jalen Hurts, what and how? Why is it statistically he's better than him? Is that where we going off of numbers? But Jared Goff, really, this is what we doing? Y'all right? Jared Goff that threw like 5 or 4 interceptions in one game. I mean, yeah, granted they still won, but 5 interceptions. Jalen Hurts would have been crucified in this city. He'd have been crucified all over the networks if he threw 5 interceptions.
On top of you went to the Super Bowl last year and lost.
He'd have been crucified. So I expect for the other 4 quarterbacks to be in front of Jalen. You know, Patty, Barrow, Lamar, and Josh. I know they're going to be in the top 10. You could at least put Hurts in the middle, like I said, in the middle of the pack at 15. 15 through, I'll take 15 through 11.
Technically, hold on, Keith. Technically, Patty Mahomes should not be in the top 10 after his season
I
from
know.
this year. I mean, numbers was garbage. Was garbage. So really, he shouldn't be in the top 10. He should be probably in the top 20. But hey, golden boy.
Yeah. So according to what they have on the voting process is this is all voted on by players. What they do is all the players vote and everybody gets points. And then based on how many points you get, that's how they're ranked. So I don't know. It doesn't say like if every player vote is like a point or whatever. It just says that they vote and the players get points. And then you're ranked by how many overall points you get. So I'm assuming maybe every vote gets you a point. Maybe that would be my assumption. So the players all cast their votes and then they add up the points and then that's how they come up with it. It's not based on positions or anything like that. It's just straight votes. And every team doesn't have to be represented, which I think the Panthers and if I remember, I think the Panthers and the Saints don't have a player on this list. It tells you how bad they are. But yeah.
Because they stink.
And they have to be active players, so only active players get to vote. So like if you played this last year, but you retire, you don't get to vote. You have to be an active player to vote.
But y'all ain't put Smitty on this list. But you're going to put Jared Goff at 15.
Fact. All fact.
Hey, the disrespect is what it is. I'm telling you, use it the right way for motivation. All right, so that ends for this week. Our top 100 players update. 2 more Eagles added. There should be 1 more Eagle in the top 10. If he's not in the top 10,
he better be number 1. Just saying.
He better be in the top 5. They may not put him number 1 because they value certain positions over other ones, but he should be. He better be in the top 5. If he ain't in the top 5, no, you know what? I ain't even gonna say that. I feel like he should be in the top 5. I ain't gonna say better because this is his peers voting. So there might be a little hate to go into it because he did just dog all of them this past season. Might be a little hate to go into it. We'll see.
Probably.
But stay tuned with us next week. We should have honestly, they should go ahead and give the top 14 stop playing with us, but we're gonna see what they do next. You know what I'm saying? But whatever's out there, we're gonna talk about it. That's how we're gonna do it. Whatever's out there, we're gonna talk about it. If it ain't out there, we can't talk about it. But if it's out there, they break them out there, we're gonna have it for you. All right, so now we're gonna move on to a little bit of a fun topic here. The Super Bowl. We got some thoughts here in the comments, so actually we should probably go over those real quick first and then get to it. But let's go ahead and
wait before you get into that. So ESPN did their own top 100. They actually got Jaden Daniels at 24.
That's where I think he should have been.
And they got Mulata at 23.
Yeah, but that's not the players. That's the thing.
No, I'm just saying that ESPN.
This gives us an idea. My thing is, this gives us an idea of how the other players feel.
Jalen Carter at 18.
Oh, we know some of these players some haters.
Y'all got Saquon at 17. Hold on. Why? How?
So
blasphemous.
Benny Boom says, don't forget that Howie said that he's not done making moves to improve this roster. We're going to talk about that as well, Benny. Barkley better come in at number 1. I wouldn't hold my breath for that, Benny.
Right.
Because, like I say, I don't know why they didn't pop up on the screen like they normally do. Tripping on me for a minute here. There we go. There's Benny's comment. First one. And this is one that Barkley better come in at number 1. It's players voting. So what I realize when players are voting, there's no guarantee that he's going to come in at number 1. And I ain't going to sweat it, but I just want to see where they vote him at. I'm just, at this point, after what I've seen so far, I'm just curious to where they vote him at.
You never know. They might put him in there, but who knows?
Lil G Griffith in the building. He says, I'm a big fan of Eagles season. Better Eagles kick Cowboys' butts. They sure better. A week from tomorrow. He also says, my cousin's birthday is on August 28th. Happy birthday, Lil G's cousin. I hope you also an Eagles fan. And Lil G, you should have your cousin watch as well.
Mm-hmm.
Lil G says, same thing again. And then Snowman
Snowman.
What up, Snowman? He says checking in. # Fly Eagles Fly.
Yes, sir.
So it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a good one. But those are your comments. So now it's time to get into it. Super Bowl. Philadelphia Eagles. Kansas City Chiefs. Rematch of the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
BTA.
Leading up to this game, my biggest concern, we talked about on the show, are they going to allow them to play, or are the referees going to give Kansas City another Super Bowl? I'll let whichever one of y'all want to go first start off the discussion on the Super Bowl.
Go ahead, Keith.
Where do we start? From beginning to end, it was great. From beginning to end, it was great. Straight domination. Of course, Jalen had that interception, but that pass interference on AJ, I was like, here we go. The fix is about to be in. We about to be in for a long one, but surprisingly, we wasn't. The calls were even because they already know the refs can't be cheating for KC because then it's going to look like a lopsided game. I honestly thought KC was going to give us some more competition, honestly. But the way our defense was swarming Pat, and he couldn't do anything except garbage time, it's bad when we sit your starters. Jalen Hurts was like, you sure we done? You sure we finished? He wanted a 50 burger. He wanted to still go out there. Straight domination, start to finish. Again, like I stated, 5 sacks on Patrick Mahomes. Really couldn't do anything except garbage time. Xavier Worthy was the only guy on the field who wanted to play because he's the only one that scored. They shut down Saquon. All right, that's fine. Y'all shut him down. Jalen Hurts was like, fine. I'll do it myself and throw it to people. The dagger that put the nail in the coffin to Devontae Smith, they all thought he was going to run it. No. Phew. Devontae beat Justin Reed. It was over. It was over. Brian with the interception. Patrick Mahomes. If you did watch the Kingdom on, I think it's ESPN Plus, I watched it because I'm just that type of fan. He said that interception hurt him more than Coop's pick six because of the momentum that it took away. So that interception will forever be in Patrick Mahomes' mind. Then you had Coop scoring a pick six on his birthday. Just again, start to finish, offensively, defensively. It was straight DTA, boots to ass. So it was great to see. And I watched Super Bowl over and over and over, just to mic'd up and everything. I just love to see it. And my favorite play, Jalen Carter getting all up in Patrick Mahomes' face with the smush, and then Mitt Williams running in. So start to finish, great. Nothing but great things to say. Nothing negative. Like if you want to say that interception, okay, but that was it.
This is a game that we needed back in 2023. We had both sides of the ball actually play. We had the offense play and we had the defense show up and show out. And I think Big Fangio for that. I think our offensive coordinator who was finally able to call his game. I know Nick probably called a few plays, but that was a game that both sides of the ball were all locked in. They were in it. You couldn't stop them at all, point blank period. So Jalen Hurts was 17 for 22 with 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He also had 11 carries, 72 yards in rushing, 1 touchdown. Saquon had 25 carries, 57 yards, no touchdowns. Kenny Gainwell had 6 for 10. Kenny Pickett had 3 with a -4. Devontae Smith had 4 touches with 69 yards, 1 touchdown. AJ Brown had 3 for 43 yards and 1 touchdown. Dotson got in. He actually, I think, got that touchdown, but they called it back. So that would have been an extra touchdown, but they called it back.
Being stopped at the 1.
Right. And he was 2 for 42. Saquon had some receiving. He had 6 for 40. Dallas Goedert had 2 for 27. So yeah, I mean, and then we're not even gonna talk about the defense and what they did and how they were able to score. I think that will always be my favorite game for the fact that we kept Patty Mahomes off of his game. Big Red was not able to plan an attack or come back and adjust. Like there was no adjustment in that game at all. Travis Kelce was a non-factor basically. And honestly, if I think we just got overjoyed, but if we would have stayed locked in the whole 60 minutes, I do believe we probably would have scored 50, maybe 60 points. I don't even think they would have scored anything. 'Cause we did start letting them come back, I think, in like the third or fourth quarter.
That's because we
That's
put the
how they were
second string
able.
in. It was garbage time. That was
Right.
it.
Like I think if we would have just kept everybody in, we probably could have put 60 up on that tail. You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't think I agree. They wouldn't have had no points.
They wouldn't have. And the fact that hearing all the defense say that Vic Fangio told them that don't let them get ahead, y'all can do this, y'all got this, and the fact that they really took that mentality and went out there and pressed the gas and did not let up. Nobody let up until the end, and that was the game that we wanted and needed to see back in 2023. Now, if we would have had that same pressure with the defense in 2023, and we had Gant ass, then we would have won that game because Jalen Hurts was on fire that game. The offense was banging that game. It was just the defense that didn't show up or do anything or stop Patty Mahomes, and he was injured. This time he wasn't injured. And I think my favorite play will be Coop and Zach Bond on top of, I think Josh Sweat had a really good play when he was all in Mahomes' face. Just seeing Mahomes sack that many times was pleasure. You hear me? Like I was smiling to see that boy sack that many times. He couldn't get out the pocket like that. He looked scared. It was amazing.
He hasn't seen that defense since they lost to Tampa Bay. That was the only other defense that gave him hell like that. And my 1B play, the dagger. Nobody thought Jalen Hurts was going to throw it to a wide open Devontae Smith. I just love hearing the announcer say that. Oh, he's going to run it out. Oh, no, he's going to throw the dagger. Caught. So, and then are we done? That's like my favorite moment. Are we? You sure we done?
My favorite moment is when Sirianni's like, just call it. Just call it. We got it. We're going to win it. We got it. Just call it.
All I'm saying about the Super Bowl, there's a lot that could be said. Y'all said a lot very eloquently. So all I'm gonna say about the Super Bowl is my favorite moment was when they handed them the trophy. You know, and that was my favorite moment. Getting number 2. The greatest thing about getting this Super Bowl, and I said this before, there were so many years as an Eagles fan that you just like, man, I'm riding with my boys, but it doesn't feel like we could ever be champs. It just didn't feel like it. But then we made it happen. We got that first one. It felt like we could have got back here too, but we didn't. But what's the most important? We got the job done. The referees just call it even. You know, and that's all I wanted. Just give us the opportunity to go out there and win or lose on the field. Just not have some bogus call at the end of a game and some other calls that's kind of questionable be the determining factor. Let us go out there and win or lose ourselves. That's what's important. And boy, when they hoisted number 2, and those rings are fire.
Those rings.
People hating, but then the wings that come out of the ring.
I need to know whose idea was that for that design to have. We're gonna have some wings come out.
I don't know, but that was genius.
So Damien says Kelce won't be a factor for the Chiefs this season because he just sold his soul to the devil. Oops, I mean Taylor Swift. Laughed out loud.
What up, Damien?
It is what it is. Snapback Jug says, "Hey, my people, what's up, Snapback?
What up?"
And then says, "Who will be our captains this year?" I can get some guesses. I would say Zach Bond's gonna be a captain.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Hurts, AJ gonna be captains. I would say Lane Johnson's gonna be a captain. Mailata. On the defense, we're probably gonna have
Blankenship.
Blankenship will probably be a captain, and then probably Jalen Carter.
Mhm.
And the only reason I
know-
don't say some of the other guys is because I look more at the guys who kind of got some things done and got a couple of years under their belt now.
I know Makuba said he goes to Reed. When he got a question, he said, and if you notice, like that last game, he was right up under Reed. Like he was right up under Reed. So
Well, I mean, if you want to learn something, you got to learn from the dude at your position. So that makes sense. Snap back, says Reed. Yeah, I mean, you got to learn from your position, right? Like if I'm playing wide receiver and leaving me to go ask a lineman, I got to go ask another wide receiver. So it definitely makes sense that you would go to Reed, Blankenship, and get some answers. It makes a lot of sense to me.
Mhm. And Cooper said that AJ has always been his favorite. So
Yeah. Now, I mean, I can understand corner going to a wide receiver because you see the other side of it. Like, bro, this is what you're doing. This is how you tip me off to what you're gonna do, and this is how I'm working you. You know what I'm saying? If you did this instead, I wouldn't be able to see. I wouldn't be able to work you. So I can see that, but
no, I'm talking about Cooper, the wide receiver the Darius.
Oh, Darius Cooper.
Yeah, not DeJohn.
I keep forgetting this, but he's on the team.
Yeah, it's 2 Coops.
He got a weird number to be a receiver. He's 41. I didn't think you can be 41 as a receiver. But
I don't know if he's going to keep that number. I'm curious.
Okay, I was like, huh?
I'm curious. I mean, I don't know if he is or not. I'm curious to see.
Because I know you can be the 80s, and I know you can have a single digit, and then like the regular, receiver numbers, But yeah, I was like 41. That's an interesting number.
I think they just gave him that because they, just to see if he was gonna make it. But I don't know. I think he probably get 80 or a single digit.
I feel you. Let's see here. So I guess the easiest thing we can do now, y'all, is just slide into. Well, again, last thing I want to say about the Super Bowl. I want to make sure I get this out. Last thing I want to say about the Super Bowl is simply this: opportunity came. We took advantage of the opportunity. We won the game. The Eagles have their second Super Bowl in history. We have other championships, but this is our second Super Bowl. Snapback also asked, how do we like the center that we picked up from the Rams? He's 5'11". I don't even know enough about him to really say anything at this point. I mean, we just picked him up earlier today, so I really haven't had an opportunity to really dig into much about him at this point.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't know much as of now, but we get some thoughts after we see what he's got. All right, so let's get into this depth chart. So offense, we normally start at wide receiver. We're gonna start at the bottom this time. So running back / fullback. Running backs, we got Saquon.
Sorry, I seen the
as a starter. Will Shipley is his backup, and then AJ Dillon is the third string running back, and then Ben Van Sumeren is our fullback. Thoughts on the running back fullback that we have there?
Pretty solid. I feel like we got a 3-headed monster, honestly. I mean, you put Shipley out there, he can run. You seen Dillon can run. He's another bowling ball with feet. So I like our running backs.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, and then of course at quarterback, we've got QB1 Jalen Hurts. His backup currently injured with a hand. I think it was a finger injury.
He broke his finger on his throwing arm. It was throwing hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then our third string emergency / is Sam Howell. It was worth picking up Sam Howell, I think, because of the injury to Tanner McKee. He might miss a little bit of time, so it's always good to have someone that knows what they're doing.
Well, Sam Howell did get into our butts in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Sam Howell came from Carolina, so I watched him play. I mean, I know how Sam Howell plays. He's just,
Tight end was always a battle for third place. Dallas Goedert was always going to be the starter. Grant Calcaterra was always the backup. And then Kylan Granson the unrestricted free agent from Indianapolis, ended up being our third string tight end, which is important for us because unfortunately Dallas Goedert always going to miss a couple of games. Yeah. So not much really needs to be said about tight end. We knew what that was. All right, so let's get into the offensive line. Right tackle, Lane Johnson's the starter. Matt Pryor is his backup. Cameron Williams is the third string right tackle, our sixth round pick in 2025. Tyler Steen is our right guard. Willie Lampkin, who we picked up from the Rams, is his backup. At centers, Cam Jurgens, and then our fifth round pick, Drew Kendall, is his backup from this year. At left guard, Landon Dickerson still is showing as injured, and his backup is Brett Toth. And then Jordan Mailata is the left tackle, and then Fred Johnson slides back in as his backup. He just got back via trade from Jacksonville. He was on the Super Bowl team last year. So it looks like they're putting Lampkin at right guard from what I'm seeing right here on our last on the depth chart, which is after cuts and the move was made. So you guys, thoughts on the offensive line?
Nope. Lampkin might be all right. I know he played for Carolina, so I watched him play a few games, so he might be all right. We'll see how he do in our system.
Yeah, we got him off waivers, so from the Rams. So
yeah, and I think we had to replace Kenyon Green, which
well,
I'm glad.
Because they cut someone else and then grabbed him, which I like.
Tristan McCullum.
Yeah, so I like that move because you got to get somebody who you feel like works better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Sometimes, a lot of times, you make the initial 53-man roster. If you know you're at the bottom, you still got to be looking out because you don't know what other moves might be made. You still could be out of here. Wide receiver, slot, split wide receiver. Devontae Smith, he does not have a backup listed, but that's just because they only have 5 wide receivers. At right wide receiver, it's just Han Dotson is the starter, and John Michie is his backup. At left wide receiver, A.J. Brown is the starter, and Darius Cooper is his backup. Now, Darius Cooper is the guy that I was like, when I was talking earlier, I was saying is somebody I'm really proud of. I like Darius Cooper. Darius Cooper came in a long shot to make the team, undrafted free agent from like a small
college school I've never heard of.
But
those be the best one.
Yep. Diamonds in the roughs.
Be the best one.
He came out and he performed in games and in preseason.
Sure did. Got hands. That's what we need.
I was shocked about Anaya's getting cut. I didn't see that. I thought maybe he was gonna bring him back. Man. I thought he was gonna at least bring him back to practice squad, maybe have him kick on special teams or something. I was like, oh, okay, but he in Carolina.
No, because the Panthers was like, forget that, we're going to get him.
Mm-hmm. He in Carolina. He'll get more burn in Carolina anyway.
They're still gonna be garbage. They traded away Alan Thielen.
Adam Thielen, yeah, he went back home.
He went back home. I guess they figured out they did a wrong mistake by trading him out. I don't know why they did that in the first place.
Well, but one, because Jordan Addison is going to be out for 3 games for Minnesota. And 2, they seen how Adam Thielen was with Bryce Young, the young quarterback, wide receiver, veteran connection. So they was like, he'll work good with JJ McCarthy. So that's why they was pulling to bring Adam back.
Well, I'll give you the real from what they've been saying here in Charlotte. Adam Thielen's wife didn't want to be here no more. And if your wife ain't happy, the move got to be made.
Happy wife, happy life.
It was more like, hey, I appreciate my time here, but, I'm going to need to, go back to Minnesota because, blase. And it was just a matter of taking the time to make the right move that felt good for both teams. But it was more of that than anything. They wanted to keep him here, but his wife did not want to be.
Yeah, he's strictly born and raised in Minnesota. So he went to school and he went to college in Minnesota. He gets drafted by Minnesota. It's like,
he was one of their best players for a long time. So I was surprised when they cut him or traded him out.
But he lit up Coop. Coop said that was his welcome to the NFL moment.
Yeah, Adam Thielen's a G now.
I'm still get him on one of my fantasies. At least put him in the
You
flex option.
you muted, bro. You talking, but I can't hear you. I just see your mouth moving.
I got noted. But yeah, that's the official depth chart for the Philadelphia Eagles for offense. Now let's go over the defensive depth chart. All right, so we're gonna do this a little different too. We're gonna start with our defense DBs. We're just gonna do all the DBs. So a nickel corner, we got Cooper DeJean, and then Mac Williams is his backup. At right corner, Quinyon Mitchell and Jacorian Bennett is his backup. At free safety, Reed Blankenship. He does not have a backup listed. At strong safety, Sidney Brown, and his backup is Andrew Makuba. Makuba will be able to, obviously need to play both positions because there's no backup for Blankenship.
Or Reed, right?
Corner, Keely Ringo is your starter, and Adoree Jackson is
he made the team
as of right now. So, ladies, thoughts on the DBs? Key will go with you.
I'm surprised Keely made the team. I thought he didn't look. He looked point. He wasn't look like he was gonna make it.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I think eventually Makuba will take over Brown, unless Brown can get his head and his feet together on the same page. I see Makuba taking that. And then he gonna have to play behind Reed because I don't understand why Reed doesn't have a backup. Because we know sometimes Reed does get hurt. Keely Ringo. Listen, all I got to say is he better show up and show out. I know he's fast, but my thing is when it comes to experienced wide receivers, is he gonna be able to lock them down? Like my point. I mean, to me, him and Eli Ricks is on the same page, and we let go Eli Ricks. But anyway, I'm just not confident in Keely Ringo at all by any means. Maybe Adoree Jackson or somebody can come in and do something. I'm not confident in Keely Ringo. I'm sorry.
I mean, at least we kept Ricks. He on the practice squad, so I don't know.
All right, and then linebackers.
Hold on, we want to hear your thoughts.
I mean, I'm good with what we have. Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I think the right guys honestly are starting. I know a lot of people don't like what they saw from Keely Ringo in the preseason, but Ringo's a hitter. And technique is something that can be developed. He has the hips. His hips swing right. It's just technique. He's got to learn and understand some very simple principles. But when you're not playing a lot, you don't necessarily get the reps to keep those things in your mind. So I think he'll be fine with more practice time. And by the time we get to the first game, another week of practice as a starter, I think either he'll be fine or he'll be set. So we'll see what happens. Linebacker. Right outside linebacker, Jalen Hunt is a starter. Josh Uche is his backup. Middle linebacker, Jahad Campbell is a starter. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is his backup. The other middle linebacker, the wide linebacker, Zach Bond is the starter. And then Smael Mondon is his backup. And the only linebacker position that has three people is left outside linebacker, where we have Nolan Smith Jr. as the starter. Azeez Ojulari is his backup. And then Agbo Okonkwo is the third stringer there. So I'm assuming normally when you have somebody on one side, they're able to play both sides. So he'd probably be the third really for like both of the outside linebackers because they're mostly use them like pass rushers in our 3-4. Diva, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on the linebacker core.
I'm good with it.
I just want to know who getting the boot when Dean come back.
I mean, to me, it seems pretty clear it's going to be Agbo Okonkwo. I would think, but, we'll see. We'll go to our defensive line. At defensive tackle, we've got Jalen Carter. Gabe Hall is his backup. At nose tackle, Jordan Davis and Ty Robinson is his backup. At defensive end, Moro Ojomo and Byron Young is his backup. This is where it gets interesting for me. I simply say I've got to see Byron Young, Ty Robinson, Gabe Hall in games, and how much reps they're getting and what they're going to be able to bring behind those guys. Are you going to be missing them up? Like, are you going to put Byron with Jordan and Jalen? Then Morrow comes back in. Then you put Gabe in with Jordan and Morrow. Robinson's a rookie, 4th round pick. So how well is he going to be able to adjust right away? So is Jordan Davis going to need to play a lot more because his backup now is a guy that may not be as ready, to play. So those are some of the things I'll be looking at with the D line. But I mean, the professional, I'm gonna start calling him the professional Moro Jomo. That's how I'm gonna say his name from now. He already sounds like he's gonna be working in the booth when he's done playing. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, I think that's a real strong starting 3. Question is just the guys behind them for me at this moment, but there's plenty of time for me to be like, okay, I was worried for nothing. We'll see. Key, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm all good there. So, I mean, I know our front is solid, and I know, the backups usually, they do rotate them in and out, so say, fatigue and all. So I'm sure we'll get to see those guys in action. But I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too. I think Jordan Davis will be able to play a lot longer without having to come out and take several breaks since he lost that weight. I know that's one thing that he did touch on. But yeah, I'm good. I think those backups will be all right. They'll get some action. They on Vic's defense. They're gonna be all right. Because if they wasn't that good, he wouldn't keep them.
Got a couple comments. Benny says Key Cooper number will be changed now that Smith signed with the Panthers. I think his number was going to change either way. I don't know what his number is going to be though.
I think it's going to be 80. Now it's 82.
But I'm saying his number doesn't have to be 82. It could be any of the 80 numbers that are not, or it could be a number of teams because they're wide receivers from our teams. So we'll see what his number gets changed to. I thought it was going to change because normally the wide receivers were either 80 or in teams. So it'll probably be either an 80 number or a team number. But we'll see what it gets changed to. Snapback Tug says we might cut AJ Dillon because we just picked up the running back from Denver. I think we picked him up on the squad.
Yeah, on a practice squad.
Active
roster. He's not no AJ Dillon.
Nah, cut AJ Dillon, then that I wouldn't be happy about that. We need to do with size and power. Snapback says, "Where are you all from?" I'm in Jersey, big Eagles fan.
We in Pantherland over here.
Yeah.
Well, I live 10 minutes from Lincoln Financial Field, so I'm in the state of Pennsylvania.
We're in Pantherland over here.
North Kakalaki.
Cool's actually in Pantherland. I am an hour away from Pantherland. So
in the middle of Benny Boom says, I'm guessing that Campbell will be placed in different positions when Dean comes back. Have him play on the edge. I think a lot is just going to depend on what happens before Dean gets back. Campbell's got 4 games to say this is my position, and we all know the Eagles will let you lose your position because you got hurt. So Campbell plays. There's no guarantee that Dean's going to get back into the position he's in. Not saying that he won't, but I'm saying there's no guarantee. It's not like,
and then he might not even be comfortable on that knee. My dude said his kneecap was in his thigh.
That patella tendon is a hard injury to come back from.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. Especially when your kneecap in your thigh and you got to push it back down. We'll see.
I could imagine. Ugh. I don't want to imagine that. I'm rubbing my knee now thinking about it. Like, what?
And once you have a knee injury like that, man, something else.
Yep. Couple more things to get to, y'all. First thing, any notable players for you that were cut.
Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah. I think that was really the only one.
I don't have any. The reason I don't even say Anaya Smith for me, because remember he barely was on the practice squad last year.
I mean, but why keep bringing the dude back though? I mean, you see something. I mean, what's the point of
camp bodies? You gotta have camp bodies.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, I feel like we need somebody on that punt return. Because why would you want Cooper DeJean to be on the punt return?
Right. Like I can see Shipley. I'm okay with Shipley doing it because but we need Cooper.
Like, go get Brent Covey or somebody. Hey, I don't care.
He's not on the waivers. Go bring him back.
So if y'all want to bring somebody in, who are we cutting? Because we can't bring somebody in without cutting somebody.
Well, you got to figure something out because I mean, I just don't think that what if Cooper get hurt on a punt return?
DeJean should not be doing punt returns.
Right.
No. He's a starter. He should not be doing punt returns. He's going to be playing a lot of snaps. He should not be doing punt returns. They should fix that before the season starts, and if they don't, then you can't get upset if something happens when you're. And I'm not wishing anything happened, but he don't need to be doing punt returns and playing snaps, not just when we have the slot, but they said they may be using him some, safety different positions. So if you're going to always have the junior on the field, then I would say he does not need to be doing punt returns as well. If you've backed off of that stance and you're just going to have him play when you have the slot, which last year I think was only about 43% of the time, so a little bit less than half. Now, if you're going to back off and do that, then I'm okay with him staying there. But if you're going to play him 70, 80% of the time that the defense is on the field, then he needs to not do punts as well. That's just my thoughts. Darius Cooper, maybe he's a guy that does some punts, or maybe one of the.
I could have sworn Dotson did something, and maybe they put Dotson there. I don't know.
My concern if you put Dotson there is right now he's a starting wide receiver. So if he gets hurt, is Michi ready to be the starter just getting there like a week ago? So it's kind of like I'm always a person that feels like I get that you have to have people to do certain things. We kept the 3 running backs, we kept the fullback, so that's the spot that we lost. We only got 5 wide receivers. We've got like 20 linebackers. I'm exaggerating when I say 20, but we've got quite a few linebackers. Maybe one of the backup corners could be a good punt return person. I just don't want a starter as a punt returner. For me on offense or defense, I don't want a starter at punt returner because you always risk them possibly getting hurt because it's a violent way to play when you're doing punt returns. I mean, I know they've changed a lot of stuff on kickoffs and punt returns now, but still, I don't want my starters there. If they are, it is what it is. I mean, but I just don't want to put guys in extra positions where they can be hurt. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So last thing here for the night. Do you think there's any other moves that the Eagles are going to make? Obviously, we don't want to name players because we don't know exactly who's out there or what they're targeting. But any position that you'd like for maybe us to bring in somebody else for, or any other moves you think the Eagles are going to make?
We never know with Howie. That's all I'm gonna say. We never know what's gonna happen with Howie. He takes water and changes it to wine, so you never know. Like I know we like 80 million. I think dead cap money. I know we don't have that much money left, but like I said, he stretches it. He makes it work for whatever needs we do, whether it's trades, something. So I won't be surprised. But I say he's done. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he does pull another move, but I can't say I know.
Do you?
I don't really know right now. I feel like we okay. My thing is when the season starts and the injuries, like if somebody get injured, I know we have depth at linebacker, of course. But some of them other positions, like the safety and the corners, I feel like maybe. But who knows?
We definitely need to add a safety, in my opinion. We need a fourth safety. I definitely believe we need a fourth safety. I'd also say I would feel more comfortable if we had another wide receiver. Only having 5 wide receivers.
So I think
Just
Johnny
kinda-
was going to be that 6 if he didn't get hurt.
I'm not so sure. I think he would have made the team, but I don't know if Darius Cooper would have made the team if he was not hurt.
No, I Cooper
feel
was
like-
making the team regardless. I had him making the team.
You had him making the team, but we got to think we're not the ones that's doing the picking. My thing is, did he play good enough? Absolutely, but Johnny Wilson had that size on top of it, and I think it was the way things played out. I feel like if you were going to keep him, then you would have said, okay, we're going to keep Johnny Wilson. Now we have another open spot. So who's going to fill that spot? And I don't believe we got a third string left outside linebacker. That's the person that we got instead of Johnny Wilson. I feel like if they were going to keep 6, they would have kept somebody else. And in that way, that would have been somebody that if you bring in another receiver, you can just remove. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like if we was going to keep 6, we would have. But who knows? I mean, I feel like everybody that we kept, except for John Michie, played well enough to be kept, but Michie didn't have the opportunity. So I'm not trying to say, oh, I don't know why they kept Michie. I understand why you kept him, but he hasn't really had a good opportunity yet because he just got here like a week ago, right? So kind of like you haven't been here long enough to screw up, so you're gonna make the team. But we will see. I would hope we would have kept 6, but I don't know, man, because I don't know. But we got a lot of we got 3 right tackles. You know, we don't even have 3 left guards, and we already got an injured left guard. But we got 3 right tackles, so you know maybe one of them ends up on practice squad. We'll see how that goes. You know, 3 left outside linebackers. You really get outside of that, we don't really have a lot of positions where we're overstacked. I mean, like I said, we got the fullback, but that's something we're going to use. You know, maybe we'll see what happens with Sam Howell when Tanner McKee gets healthy. So essentially, you can have that third emergency quarterback once games start. But if they play, then no one else can play. But if McKee's hurt, then Sam Howell's essentially the number 2 until McKee, you know, gets back. So it's hard to play with. You got so much that you need, so it's kind of hard. Because like, oh, I want this, but then what we gonna get rid of? Because like I said, we had 53. So any move we made to add, somebody got to go. So I do still think we need another safety though. Like if there's one position I feel like we need somebody else. It doesn't have to be a starter; it could be a backup. But I think we need another safety. So we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Probably not. But maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe they're gonna play some of the corners, the backup corners. Maybe they're gonna play a little bit of safety too. I would rather have Mac McWilliams, right, or Jacorian Bennett or somebody being the punt returner than Cooper DeJean and Jahan Dotson. But I don't make those calls. So, all right, y'all. Any last thoughts before we get up out of here?
No, Snapback had one last question. He said, "Who's the hardest hitting on our team?"
Snapback says nice first. Then he says, "Who do you guys think is the hardest hitting defensive player we have?"
Maybe
I
two.
don't know. There's several. I
I
mean,
would say Sidney Brown, but he can't. Every time he go do a heavy hit, he get hurt.
I mean, you got Zach Bond, you got Coop, you got Nolan Smith. I mean, we got Jalix Hunt. I mean, he played pretty good at the Super Bowl. I mean,
Got some thumpers.
we got some thumpers now. Jalen Carter.
I almost Ringo. Ringo's a hitter.
Ringo is a hitter. I mean, he is a hitter. Don't get me wrong, but you
I
can
think
hit
it's to
all
his
day. But if
detriment.
you can't, I mean, yeah, he a hitter, but I don't know, man. I mean, you can hit all day. Just City Brown's a hitter, but I mean, your coordination.
Every time he go in for a hit, he stay on the ground. What you done hurt now?
Just based off hard hitting, I'm gonna have to say Ringo.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, Noah Smith be Zach Bond's a hitter too now. It was DeJohn. Coop is a hitter though. If you took out
How we ain't gonna do no what kind of, he not working with Dallas like that. The hell, Damian?
Damian says, "Hey Howie, since you like to steal players, could you please get Micah?" So
no, I heard he going to Green Bay. They keep talking about Green Bay
gonna
gonna be him.
H up already. We can't.
No, we don't want him.
Let Jerry keep being delusional. I love it.
We can't pay Micah. We can't pay that guy.
We don't want him no way.
Snapback says, "I'm still here with you guys. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you." I'm gonna just simply say, make sure if you're watching, man, you hit that like, that share, and that subscribe button. Make sure you are checking us out every week. And if you don't get a chance to watch us live, it's all good. Make sure you check out the replay. You can hit us up on social media, asking questions. You got anything you want us to discuss? You know what I'm saying? Hit up the page on YouTube. Leave us a message. Snapback says Nakobe Dean. So when I think of hitter, I think of a guy that can deliver hits and get up and walk away.
You saying Nakobe can walk stupid?
Right, like if I'm for real, like this. That's
I mean,
when I think
he can sometimes.
So I don't put like Dean, Brown, and those cats that get hurt. I don't even really consider them because it's like you're not really a hard hitter because you're hitting hard, but you're getting hurt. Like to me, to be a hard hitter, you talking about like back in the day, right? Like Ronnie Lott and them hard OGs, they run you over and get up and look at you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Feel me? So that's why certain people I don't even put on my list calls. He said Dean is too. Because it's not that they don't hit hard, but like for me, a hard hitter is, and that's just the way my mind works. You gotta be able to get up from. You can't get up.
I mean, Brown, I mean, the ACL tore him up. Other than that, he was a hard hitter. He really didn't have no injuries before he had that ACL. He had minor ones, but
remember he had the shoulder too?
Yeah.
Good. He went to go tackle his brother and got hurt. Why are you limping? What are we doing?
Listen, he got hurt in the preseason. He was up under the 10. I said, Lord, here we go.
He tackled his brother, and that was a wrap. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. All right. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Just had to, at least give my thoughts. Again, not saying that it can't. There are other guys that can hit. Just like for me to be a hard hitter, you got to be able to sustain the hit, and you get up and walk away and keep playing. If you hitting people and you going down,
I mean, well, in my opinion, someone that's constantly in the game because Ringo is here and there. I would say Zach Bond and Coop.
That's cool. As long as you hit hard, you can play 15 plays, you can play 30 plays. As long as you hit hard, and Ringo be rocking people.
I mean, because for Coop to take down Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry is not a small dude.
He
like power drive him.
Form tackle though, like it wasn't really like a hard hit. It was a good form tackle. Because if he tried to hit, like let's be real, if Cooper DeJean, I know that's people's guy. Got a lot of love for Coop. Young rookie got the pick 6 in the Super Bowl. If he run up and try to truck,
it's a wrap. It's lights out.
Right,
Cooper's gonna be knocked out.
But my
if
thing
he try to run the Derrick Henry and truck him,
but my thing is that was a power drive tackle. Like it takes a lot to even get him off the ground like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, if you're just trying to hit, yeah, but to really pick that dude off the ground and then, yeah.
Well, you gotta. I'll let you have it. I don't agree, but I'll let you have it. I definitely don't agree about the draft. Snapback laughs. I know what he's laughing at too. Yeah, that's just me snapback. Like I say, everybody got a little difference on what they feel, but it is what it is. I want you to rock somebody.
LeBron James said he was finally returned. Sorry, I'm just saying that.
LeBron James.
After 2026 season, he gone. Oh, so good.
Of course, he would come out and do something like that to take the spotlight away because it's not on LeBron right now. But
yeah, he's trying to take the spotlight away from Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Somebody needs to.
I'm not mad at him. I'm just saying I'm not surprised he did it.
All I'm saying is, Travis Kelce, you better not break Taylor Swift's heart. You know what happens with heartbreak? Grammy winning album.
Well, if he does break her heart, that's going to be 2 or 3 albums. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because this is we was about to get married, or we got married, then you did me wrong, then the regular you did me wrong, then you're not a nice guy, and then you're a piece of trash. So she might get 4 out of this if this don't work out.
Somebody better sign a prenup because she's worth $1.6 billion to his 60 mil.
Well, you got to realize, they got it. They got it.
I'm just still $1.6 billion. You shit.
Damien says you got to be Rajah Jackson strong. That's strong. That is strong. All right, y'all. We'll be back next week. Make sure y'all tune in. Bring a couple of people with you. It's never where you start. It is always where you finish. Fly Eagles fly. Hashtag be elite. And Dallas, I got a message for y'all next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it. I got a message for y'all. And if you've been watching, you know what it is. We'll holla.